Have your legs betrayed you lately? That sudden wobble when you rise from your favorite armchair? The unexpected jolt of pain that turns a peaceful walk into a test of endurance? The creeping fatigue that sets in before you've even reached the end of your street? It's easy to brush it off as just getting older, but the truth is far more urgent and more preventable than most people realize. If you're over 60 and find your legs growing weaker, more unsteady, or riddled with cramps, you may be facing a silent crisis. Every year, millions of seniors slowly lose the strength, flexibility, and independence they once took for granted. It doesn't happen overnight. Instead, it's a slow erosion, quietly stealing your mobility one step at a time. What's worse is that most people don't even realize what's fueling the decline: not age, but nutrient deficiencies. Yes, vitamins. The very same nutrients marketed as keys to vitality could be your greatest defense or your most overlooked vulnerability. Inadequate vitamin intake is a hidden epidemic among seniors, quietly undermining nerve function, bone strength, muscle recovery, and blood circulation. And while the consequences may seem subtle at first, left unchecked, they can spiral into falls, fractures, and long-term disability. This article dives deep into the top 6 vitamins proven to strengthen your legs and reduce muscle cramps, stiffness, and weakness. But this isn't generic wellness advice. This is the perspective of a senior care professional who has witnessed firsthand the transformation that proper nutrition can bring to aging bodies. We'll explore the science behind each vitamin, share real-life stories of recovery, and arm you with actionable steps to reclaim your strength and confidence. If you've ever felt your legs growing less reliable, now is the time to act. Your future mobility, safety, and independence may depend on it. The hidden threat behind senior leg weakness. Leg weakness isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and older falls each year, with many of those falls resulting in serious injuries such as hip fractures. But why do legs grow weaker with age? And what role do vitamins really play? At the heart of this issue is sarcopenia, a progressive loss of muscle mass that typically begins around the age of 50 and accelerates with time. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, sarcopenia can result in up to a 50% reduction in skeletal muscle mass by age 80. This leads to diminished strength, slower walking speed, and difficulty performing basic tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. But muscle loss isn't the only culprit. Aging also affects the vascular and nervous systems. Blood vessels lose elasticity, circulation slows, and nerve conduction becomes less efficient. This trio, muscle degradation, poor blood flow, and impaired nerve signaling, lays the foundation for chronic leg pain, cramps, balance issues, and fatigue. The good news: these issues are not inevitable. They're often the result of vitamin and mineral deficiencies that can be corrected with the right nutritional strategy. Let's explore the 6 essential vitamins that can help seniors regain their leg strength and prevent further decline. Vitamin D, the critical muscle and bone. Ally vitamin D is often associated with bone health, but its benefits go far deeper, particularly for seniors struggling with leg function. It plays a vital role in calcium absorption, which is essential for maintaining bone density and preventing fractures. But beyond bones, vitamin D also directly supports muscle strength. Low levels of vitamin D have been repeatedly linked to an increased risk of falls and reduced mobility. A comprehensive study published in the British Medical Journal found that older adults with vitamin D deficiency had a significantly higher incidence of muscle weakness and impaired balance. Take the case of Margaret, a 74-year-old retiree who began experiencing regular knee pain and stiffness that made walking her dog feel like an uphill battle. Her doctor ran a routine test and found her vitamin D levels were well below normal. After 6 weeks of supervised sun exposure, dietary changes, and a supplement regimen, she reported noticeable improvements in both pain and stamina. Natural sources of vitamin D include fatty fish like salmon egg yolks and fortified dairy products. But many older adults need additional supplementation, especially those who live in northern climates or spend little time outdoors. Most health experts recommend between 800 and 1,000 IU daily, although individual needs can vary. Importantly, vitamin D should always be paired with magnesium for optimal absorption, which leads us to the next crucial nutrient. Magnesium, the unsung hero of muscle function. Magnesium is often overshadowed by flashier nutrients, yet its role in muscle and nerve function is indispensable. It regulates muscle contractions, supports energy production, and helps control inflammation. When magnesium levels are low, leg muscles become more prone to cramping, spasms, and fatigue. In one notable case, a 68-year-old man named Thomas had been experiencing excruciating leg cramps at night for nearly a year. After eliminating common causes and running blood work, his physician identified a magnesium deficiency. By switching to a magnesium-rich diet, nuts, legumes, leafy greens, and incorporating a low-dose supplement, his nightly cramps disappeared within 2 weeks. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency is rampant among seniors. Medications like diuretics, acid blockers, and certain blood pressure drugs deplete magnesium levels over time. Chronic stress, common in aging populations, also increases magnesium loss. Magnesium glycinate and magnesium citrate are 2 forms that are easily absorbed and gentle on the stomach. Experts recommend taking magnesium in the evening to enhance relaxation and improve sleep, as it also reduces cortisol and supports melatonin production. And remember, magnesium and vitamin D are biochemical partners. Taking them together can enhance the benefits of both. Vitamin B12, the nervous system stabilizer. If you've ever experienced unexplained tingling, numbness, or a pins and needles sensation in your legs, vitamin B12 may be the missing piece. This essential vitamin is vital for maintaining the myelin sheath around nerves and ensuring effective communication between your brain and muscles. When B12 levels are too low, nerve signals become distorted, often resulting in poor coordination, muscle weakness, or even falls. One of the most insidious aspects of B12 deficiency is how quietly it can develop. The body's ability to absorb B12 declines with age, particularly in those with reduced stomach acid or those taking antacids, metformin, or other medications that impair digestion. As a result, many seniors may have dangerously low levels of B12 without showing overt symptoms until it's too late. In clinical practice, I recall a 70-year-old woman named Elise who came in with complaints of poor balance and frequent tripping. Though she had no visible muscle weakness, her neurological exam suggested diminished proprioception, her body's sense of spatial awareness. Blood tests confirmed a B12 deficiency. Within 3 months of supplementation, her symptoms dramatically improved, and her confidence in walking returned. Vitamin B12 is found in animal products, meat, eggs, fish, and dairy. Those following vegetarian or vegan diets are especially at risk and should seek out fortified foods or supplements. Methylcobalamin is the preferred form for supplementation due to its high bioavailability and safety profile. Calcium, the bone-strengthening backbone. When most people think of calcium, they think of bones, and rightly so. Calcium is the most abundant mineral in the human body and is fundamental for skeletal strength. But what's often overlooked is that calcium also enables muscles to contract. Without it, muscles can't function properly, leading to weakness, slow reflexes, and increased fall risk. That's why seniors with calcium deficiencies often experience more than just brittle bones. They feel slower, more tired, and less stable. Unfortunately, simply consuming calcium isn't always enough. For calcium to be effectively absorbed and utilized, the body requires sufficient levels of vitamin D and vitamin K2. A practical example is John, an 80-year-old former engineer who had suffered a minor hip fracture. After his recovery, his care team implemented a comprehensive nutrition plan that included calcium, vitamin D, and K2. Not only did his bone density improve at his next scan, but he also reported increased ease in walking and reduced knee pain. Calcium-rich foods include dairy canned sardines, leafy greens like kale, and fortified plant-based milks. For those unable to meet needs through diet alone, supplements can help but should be monitored to avoid excess, which can lead to kidney stones or vascular calcification. A daily intake of 1-200 millimolars is typically recommended for adults over 70, divided into smaller doses for better absorption. Vitamin K2, the calcium traffic controller. While vitamin D and calcium often get the spotlight in conversations about bone health, vitamin K2 plays a quieter but equally critical role in the process. Without K2, calcium can end up in all the wrong places, such as arteries, joints, and soft tissues, instead of being directed into bones where it belongs. This misplacement not only weakens bones, but also stiffens blood vessels, which can further restrict circulation to the lower limbs. Vitamin K2 works by activating a protein called osteocalcin, which binds calcium to the bone matrix. It also supports vascular health by activating matrix GLA protein, which helps prevent calcium from building up in the arteries. Together, these functions make K2 an essential vitamin for maintaining both flexibility and strength in the legs. Consider the case of Helen, a 76-year-old former dance instructor who began experiencing stiffness in her knees and calves. Her diet was rich in dairy and leafy greens, but she was unaware of the importance of vitamin K2. After her nutritionist recommended fermented foods like natto and aged cheeses, along with a K2 supplement, she experienced greater joint mobility and a significant decrease in pain within 2 months. Sources of vitamin K2 include fermented foods such as natto and sauerkraut, hard cheeses, egg yolks, and organ meats. For those not regularly consuming these foods, a daily supplement containing menaquinone 7, MK7, the most bioavailable form of K2, can be a valuable addition to their regimen. Omega-3 fatty acids. The inflammation fighters, omega-3 fatty acids are essential fats that provide wide-ranging benefits, particularly for older adults experiencing leg discomfort, swelling, or stiffness. These healthy fats reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the muscles and joints, and help keep blood vessels flexible and open, improving circulation to the legs. Numerous studies have linked omega-3s with improved muscle function and quicker recovery after physical exertion. One long-term study published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that seniors with higher levels of EPA and DHA, 2 key omega-3s, had better muscle strength and reduced levels of inflammation markers, including C-reactive protein CRP. Omega-3s also support nerve health, making them especially beneficial for those with neuropathy or diabetes-related complications. By reducing inflammation in the nerve pathways, these fats can ease tingling, numbness, and pain in the legs. Take Samuel, a 73-year-old retiree with type 2 diabetes. He frequently complained of burning sensations in his feet and legs. His doctor recommended adding fatty fish and omega-3 supplements to his diet. Within 8 weeks, his symptoms had significantly diminished and his walking endurance improved. To benefit from omega-3s, aim to include fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, or sardines in your diet at least twice a week. For non-fish eaters, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and algae-based supplements offer excellent plant-based alternatives. A daily fish oil supplement containing at least 500 mg of combined EPA and DHA is typically considered effective for older adults, though higher doses may be beneficial under medical supervision. The most common vitamin mistake seniors make. Despite the popularity of supplements among seniors, a surprising number of older adults either misuse them or take the wrong combinations, inadvertently doing more harm than good. The most common error: self-prescribing high doses of individual vitamins without considering interactions or bioavailability. For example, taking calcium without vitamin D and K2 can result in poor absorption and increase the risk of arterial calcification. Similarly, supplementing with vitamin D without adequate magnesium can lead to muscle cramps and fatigue because magnesium is required for converting vitamin D into its active form in the body. Another critical mistake is assuming that more is better. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K can build up in the body and cause toxicity if taken in excessive amounts. In contrast, some water-soluble vitamins like B6 can cause nerve damage if taken in very high doses over time. Many seniors also fail to read supplement labels carefully. Some multivitamins contain synthetic or poorly absorbed forms of nutrients, such as cyanocobalamin instead of methylcobalamin for B12, or omit key cofactors needed for optimal function. To avoid these issues, seniors should follow these best practices. Always consult with a healthcare provider before beginning a new supplement, especially if you are on prescription medications. Opt for high-quality supplements with bioavailable forms of nutrients. Prioritize food sources where possible, as they offer better nutrient synergy and fewer risks of imbalances. Get regular blood tests to monitor levels of key vitamins such as vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and iron. Conclusion: stronger legs, stronger life. Your legs are more than just limbs. They are your foundation for freedom, independence, and vitality. When they weaken, every aspect of your life begins to shrink. Stairs become a challenge, walks become shorter, and confidence begins to erode. But the decline is not inevitable. With the right nutrition and a targeted approach to vitamin intake, it is entirely possible to restore strength, stability, and stamina to aging legs. As we've explored 6 key nutrients: vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin B12, calcium, vitamin K2, and omega-3 fatty acids form the backbone of leg health in older adults. Each one addresses a different aspect of muscle, bone, nerve, or vascular function, and when combined, they create a powerful shield against the common threats of aging. These aren't quick fixes. They are long-term strategies that require consistency, awareness, and a willingness to invest in your health, and the results can be life-changing. Patients who once struggled to walk unaided have returned to gardening, traveling, or playing with grandchildren, all because they gave their bodies what they truly needed. As a senior care professional, my advice is simple: Don't wait for a fall or a fracture to wake you up. Be proactive. Start incorporating these nutrients today through a balanced diet, smart supplementation, and professional guidance. Monitor your progress, listen to your body, and celebrate each step forward literally. Your legs have carried you through life's greatest milestones. With the right care, they can continue doing so for many more years to come. If you found this article helpful and want to stay informed with more evidence-based advice on aging, mobility, and nutrition, we invite you to like and subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel. Join our growing community of seniors and caregivers committed to living longer, stronger, and healthier lives. New videos are released weekly, don't miss them. Subscribe today and take the next step in protecting your independence.